Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is Tracy with the Gather community one more time, and I am here with the amazing mother-daughter team of Terry Sayre and Kelly Fox. They call themselves Fearless Generations, and I'll let them explain how that name came to be and what they do as a pair. But I just want to thank both of you for being here. We have been connected and friends for a long time now, several years, and I'm thrilled to have you here in the Gather community in our creator group so that we can do the spotlight on you and share how amazing you both are one-on-one and especially together here in the Gather community. So Kelly, Terry, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here.
Yay. Well, so I would love for you to explain to whoever's watching a little bit about your journey to get here. And I know that, the three of us, if we are left to our own devices, we're going to be here 3 hours from now chit-chatting. So let us know, tell everyone, someone who hasn't met you before, what are you all about? Give them the spiel.
All right. Well, Terry and I were coaches on our own. And we decided about 9 years ago that we would start doing a podcast. And that's where Fearless Generations was born. We teach the 12 steps to freedom on that podcast, which is 12 steps that if you follow, you step towards freedom. And they were developed by Rhonda Britton, the CEO and founder of the Fearless Living Institute, which is also where Terry and I received our training to become life coaches. So it's we love sharing the tools and strategies of fearless living, and we love doing it together.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting to us as we came into the world of fearless living. Kelly came in first, I followed after her. We both were able to experience transformation in our lives and experience the freedom of being who we were created to be. And yet we were totally different generations. So being mother and daughter, we saw the benefits of the tools of fearless living at different points in our life. And so we felt that would make us, give us a unique niche where we could help others to bridge generational gaps, as well as to bridge from where they are now to where they would want to be in their lives, where they were created to be. So to be able to find their passion, their purpose, and be able to find that at no matter what stage of life they were at. So we felt that really gave us an advantage to make a difference out in the world, to help people bridge that gap and see it from different perspectives. So you get two coaches for one, and you get them at different points in their lives so that they have this wealth of experience bridging generations. So that was where the whole idea of Fearless Generations came in for us and gave us a platform that we felt we could help anyone, whether they were 40, 30, 20, 80, it didn't matter.
Yeah, I love that. And, because it is really unique. And, thinking back, say 9 years ago or whatever the right number really is for this kind of evolution, Kelly, I know you have 6 children, and they're, between 18 and 9-ish.
20.
Oh, 20 now. Okay. So 20 and 6, right? So when you started this journey, you didn't even have all of the children that you have now. And 20-year-old was 11. So you think about young kids, and now you're a mom of tweens and teens and adults. And then Terry, your kids were in their 20s and 30s, and now they're 30s and 40s or wherever they're at. Yeah. And then you yourself, of course, who is, an amazing older lady yourself. So to the breadth of experience and knowledge that you bring, you really do have something for, every phase of what all of the women that you're serving are going through.
Yeah. And we also look at, I raised 5 children and now I have, 21 grandchildren. I have great grandchildren. I have a mother who's 100. So I have the experience of being a caregiver there as well. So, I mean, we really feel like I raised my kids from the time in my 40s as a single mom. My husband passed away when I was 48 years old. And so it's really,
I'm trying to think of any experience that the two of you haven't had. Kind of all of them, right? Loss of a spouse, loss of a parent, all of the children and grandchildren and great grandchildren and parents. And oh my gosh, it's everything.
So how do you navigate all of those landscapes? And what came into our lives that helped us to do that was fearless living.
Yeah.
And so we were able to face those fears of being alone, being a single parent, you know, negotiating a marriage. You know, Kelly has some really challenging experiences in her marriage, and yet she's been married now for 20 plus years. And how do you navigate all of that, facing your fears, knowing what kinds of strategies you can implement in order to be fearless in those situations, and still, you know, navigate chaos with freedom.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you know, I think that it's such a huge value. People who haven't engaged in the coaching process, you know, as a coach myself, I don't have the training exactly that you guys have, but what I have is an understanding of like the analysis that it takes and the awareness and all of those things. And, you know, the gift of helping someone else learn that is something that just changes your entire life. It is so transformational.
Well, and it brings joy. I know we talk a lot in our groups, you know, the different groups that the three of us are in. We talk a lot about doing what brings you joy.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely does it bring Kelly and I joy to see people apply these principles, apply these strategies and tools, and come out on the other side joyful. And so that really brings us great joy.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what it's like for someone to work with the pair of you, because I know that you each have individual clients. I've heard both of you speak on the things that you do on your own, but what is it like for someone who is like, why would someone come to Fearless Generations as opposed to just Terry or just Kelly? Not just, but only.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I think because you get two completely different coaches. So you're coming to one class, but you're getting coached by two coaches. And so you're going to get those different perspectives. You're going to get not only different perspectives as in our age and our life experience, but our personalities and the way that we look at life. Yeah. We're very different in a lot of ways. And so we approach our coaching differently in a lot of ways. And so coming to one class, you get both of that. So it's very well-rounded, I like to say, of an experience, and we're fun. So you have fun with us. Everybody tells us that they enjoy our banter back and forth that we have with each other, the environment that we create. It's very safe, trusting environment where people can really open up quickly and share and be vulnerable. And they feel very supported. So I think that those are all good qualities of why you would want to coach with us.
Yeah. And so are you mostly working in a small group course situation? Group coaching?
Yeah, so we have a group coaching program where it is 12 months and it's a group that we coach you in, but we also do 6-week classes, and we also do workshops. We do 2 workshops every month, one that's free and one that's paid. And those are all groups. So we found that we really love group environments, and having 2 coaches it works in a group environment, not necessarily one-on-one, but it really
not
works.
One-on-one, it's 2-on-1.
Yeah. So it works really well in a group environment. And we also offer one-on-one coaching with our participants in our group program so that they can get individualized attention, but they get it from one of us. So they choose Yeah, they choose either Terry or me, and they get that one-on-one attention as well.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah, in that group program, they get 2 sessions where we're both there, providing the instruction as well as asking the questions and coaching in that situation. And then they choose every month. They have a one-on-one 1-hour session with either of us, and sometimes they exclusively choose one, or sometimes they go back and forth. But as well, within that format, they work with each other, and we found probably some of the most powerful times for them is when they work together.
Yeah.
So we pair them up, and they have assignments to do between the 2-week sessions. They'll have a week to work with each other. And we find as they apply and consider and discuss those tools and those concepts that are presented in our group sessions, that becomes a very powerful format for them as they work together. And then they also get to work with us individually. So there's a lot going on with peer support, with our support. And then we have a guest coach that comes every month to share a tool with them. So they get another coach as well. So
Wow.
it's a rich program.
It is.
It really is. And so they have a lot of resources within that month as we study that step. So this month we're studying the step of opportunities, and it really gives them an opportunity to work with us together with them all in a setting, and then to work with each other in a setting, to work with a guest coach in a setting, and to work with us individually in a setting. So they get a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, a lot of different methods gives so much. There's the variety makes everything else rise. I really love that.
Yeah, a lot of options to meet their specific needs.
Yeah, really great, really great. Oh shoot, I was thinking of something. I know what I was going to say. So knowing both of you and having heard you both speak, I really love when you do get a chance to do things together. And so, we're recording this in May. I'm just going to say that I'm really excited to experience the two of you emceeing the polka dot celebration that's coming in. It's October, right?
Yeah.
So, that's far enough away that anyone listening is still maybe going to be going to that. And, it might have already passed if you're listening to this towards the end of 2023. So go search for the results of how that all was, because I can't wait. Your rapport with each other and the way that you feed off of each other in a presentation and a speaking manner, it has to just really amplify the value that you're bringing to your clients when you're teaching together.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, we're excited about that too. We're for those of you that aren't polka dots, it's an amazing networking group that the 3 of us belong to, and many of the people in the Gather community. We're going to be the masters of ceremony, which we are over the moon excited that we were chosen to do that. And we're going to be dancing and singing and bringing our musical theater experience to the stage.
It's going to be so great. And that's, I think that one of those things, you have that theater background, and you have the learning from a young age of what it takes to kind of be yourself, or to be seen for something that maybe isn't perfect, and something that maybe isn't, what you expected it to be, because theater is fluid. You never know what's going to come. And how do you think that informs how you coach people and how you help them to kind of come out of wherever they're hiding themselves from?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's affected me in the way that I have grown up. And so it definitely flows from me in that way. My own personal coaching is very much about stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight, being a rock star. Those are all terms that I use. And so being seen is very important to me, supporting others to be seen. And Terry does more on the leadership of showing up and shining in your leadership role and in your leadership team. So we both have components of that in what we do.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And, and I just remembered the other thing I wanted to say, which was, you were talking about all of the different kind of mixing and matching of the two of you together and separately and guests and all of that in your group program, and how valuable it is for the participants to work together. And what I meant to say in response to that was that that's what community is all about. And that's, I mean, that's why the Gather community has been here for 3 years and going, because not because I'm here talking to people or you're here talking to people or you're here talking to people. It's because we're all here together. And, the value of having 30 people on the screen and knowing that we're all experiencing similar things differently because of our own perspectives, and then sharing that with each other. It's like having 30 coaches, even though in a program you don't want to necessarily say everyone coach each other right now, because that's a little chaotic, but you still, you feel that camaraderie. And again, you feel seen because you're there in that safe place together in the group to work through your things that you brought to the program.
Yeah. And I think that vulnerability is what attracted me to Polka Dots. Polka Dots was a collaboration that was very safe and I could trust to be myself. And I think the Gather community brings that same opportunity to be yourself, to be vulnerable, to be open, and to be there to support each other. It's that trust that we develop within organizations that allows us to be ourselves. And I think that's one of the advantages of the Gather community as well as Polka Dot community.
Yeah. And I would imagine when you're working with your leadership clients, like that's something to foster in any organization.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That everyone feels like they can have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely a primary goal for any community that I'm a part of, and certainly the one that we're here with together.
Yeah. Any community that I'm going to remain a part of, because
sometimes you join and it's not quite what you thought at first, but if we stick around, it's going to be great.
Yeah, and that's we're all three of us are in Katarina Rando's organization as well, Thriving Women in Business, and that's the same feeling, that feeling of trust, of being able to be vulnerable, to be open, to show the things you're struggling with so that you can support each other.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were to say one term that describes your Fearless Generations, Fearless Living community, what do you think that would be? Like, maybe it's like the core value that holds everything together, or something that describes the people that you've met. What do you think that would be?
What came to my mind first was family. I really feel like our Fearless Living coaching community, we're family. And I love it when we all get together and we get to, be close and actually hug and talk. And how is your coaching business going? How is your life? How is your kids? And that's what I love about in all of the communities that I'm involved in is, that connection level, feeling like your sisters or a family.
Awesome. Love it. How about you, Terry?
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to just say one word, but the basic foundational principles of fearless living are first compassion, and that's for ourselves. So that's kindness, love, compassion, and then honesty, which is being real, and then personal responsibility, which is taking action. So those three tenets are the foundational principles of fearless living: compassion, honesty, and personal responsibility. And it's all about you. So are you having compassion? Are you being honest? And are you taking action and being personally responsible? If you are incorporating those three principles as your foundation, then you are sharing those and you are internalizing those, and that goes out into your coaching.
Yes. And just those ripples. I always talk for the Gather community, especially the idea of the ripples in the pond. And, if you're grounded in those three tenets and can live that and show that that's you, right? Because that's the trick, is if we say we're compassionate and we say, but if you really are those things, it's visible. People can see it, and then it starts to grow and it spreads and hits everyone else's ripples in the ponds too. And then all of a sudden the pond is just vibrating with everyone's ripples.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, so you've got group programs, you have, the year-long program, you have courses, you have workshops, so many different things, and the podcast, of course. Tell everyone a little bit about the podcast and the way that it shows up, because it's not your typical like download it off of iTunes thing. Well, you can, but it's a live thing. So tell everyone a little bit about that before we finish.
Yeah, so we do the podcast every Monday night at 9 p.m. Pacific.
You guys are so committed to that. Like, that's really an admirable thing, because you've been doing that for a long time, every Monday at 9.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 9 years. So so it's we go live. That helps us stay accountable because it's going to go live at 9, and we have guest coaches on each week. And we've been able to meet so many amazing coaches from all the different communities that we're involved in. Tracy has been on the podcast, and a lot of Gather community coaches as well. And it's we bring on guests because we want to expand the vocabulary and the set of tools that we're offering our listeners. We don't want them to just get fearless living tools and strategies, but we want them to get a plethora of strategies and tools and language to support them in their on their journey towards freedom.
Love it.
So it's a half an hour, but we are available anywhere, on Amazon, on iTunes, on Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, we will be there.
I love it. And we were talking earlier about, this video being visible to people and we can share it. And I think that that's a great opportunity for all of us who have been on your podcast to use that to, it benefits us to share that. Obviously it benefits you, you get new listeners or potential visibility and reach and all of that. So if anyone's watching, whoever's watching this, I want you to encourage you to go check that out. And if there's a speaker or an episode that resonates with you, share it. Like, just post it on social media or send it to a friend that maybe will then also enjoy it. And because those are the kinds of things, that really fill our cups, because it's all about spreading the messages and the ideas and the skills and the tools behind everything that we, are sharing with our clients and anyone that we get to speak to. So go check it out.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel as well.
Awesome.
Our guest coaches always provide a benefit for the listeners as well. They give them something to share with them at no cost. And so that is also a way to get resources.
Yes. Yeah. A downloadable tool or all those different things. Well, I'll make sure when we post this on YouTube that we actually connect the two channels, not just, like the Fearless Living or Fearless Generations YouTube page, not just tagging the two of you as people, individuals. So we'll make sure that
another thing that we do that is in sync with our program and our monthly topics is I do Terry Talks, which I did off of the concept of Maxwell's Minute with Maxwell.
Oh yeah.
So I do Terry Talks. They're 1 minute long. So this whole month they've been about opportunities, because that's the topic for our month. That's our podcast. Everything is geared into that topic. And so people can also have those come right to their email, and they're just 1 minute long, and they're just a little bit of inspiration for you for that day around the topic of the month. So that's another thing people can plug into.
I love that. You guys we should definitely make sure that we're putting those on the Facebook group. So
it would be great, because it's just, I feel like it's that little, boost.
It's a little secret. Yeah. That's not we don't want those things to be secret. We want everyone to know about all of the goodness. All right, ladies, is there anything else that we want to touch on before we close up for today? I love catching up with both of you and learning more about how everything is structured, because we hear, you know, we have a conversation, we hear what's going on that day, give us an update, give us a win, but I never really get to see the big picture of all of the things that you're working on. So I'm thrilled to know more, and I hope that our watchers, listeners, viewers, that's the word, are also excited. Is there anything that you want to wrap up with before we go?
Well, we're really happy to become, you know, active members in the Gather community. It's just
Me
been
too.
it's, I just am grateful to be here, and grateful for you, Tracy, and all that you support us.
Oh, thank you. And I'm thrilled that you guys are here too. It just makes me super happy. How about you, Kelly? Anything to wrap up?
We love doing what we do, and we love any opportunity to speak or to share with others the information that we have been able to gain to transform our lives and our relationship. And we know that by sharing it with you, you'll be able to change your life and your relationships. And that's what we love to do. So
on and so on and so on.
Yeah. So, yeah, reach out to us. We'd love to have a chat. If you're a coach, we'd love to have you on the podcast. We do, as I said, we do a free workshop every second Saturday of the month. Come join us. You know, we even have a membership where you can get, you know, 2 hours of access to us a month and a discount on all the workshops. So we have lots of ways to support you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So wonderful. Thank you, both of you, for being here. Kelly and Terry, Fearless Generations here in the Gather community. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again super soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.